Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and today, as promised, we are going to continue to go over the Fun Days box of fun that I got on Friday and Saturday, as well as me giving you a fresh and juicy explanation about my experience. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. So before we get to the Funko Pops, I figured maybe I should give you guys a refresher because I can't even remember about my experience at Fun Days. So I flew in on Friday and I got there Friday afternoon about 11:40 because, as you know, when you go from Eastern Time and you go to Pacific Standard Time, you lose about 3 hours. So yeah, either way, it was like 11 o'clock there, 2 o'clock in here, this, that, and the other thing. So I got to the Funko line and met everyone from the Gascast crew, because that's who I was hanging out with, and the weather was great. Now, I don't know if you know the difference between the East and the West. Well, in the East, we get a bunch of humidity. Even though it is kind of hot, the humidity kills it, and it destroys me, and I hate it all. It's just awful. But when you go over to the West, basically no humidity at all, and I could stand the sun and the heat. I just had to lather myself up real well with some suntan lotion just in case I was gonna burn. Sunblock, not suntan lotion. I didn't want to get any kind of tan. So yeah, I stood in line for about, I want to say about 4, 5, 6, let's go with 6 hours. Every time they were going to call people in to go through into the building, they would stop. They would announce like at 3:30 that we're getting ready at 4. At 4, they say we're getting ready at 4:30, and so on and so forth. So there were 4 mascots that you could choose from, and as soon as you got in the door, which was about like 6:15, you were separated into your group. Now, for both days, on Friday and Saturday, the big bopping group that everybody wanted to do was the Krakens. Now, there was some hibber bibber jabber Jew that the winners were already picked for the mascots. So basically, at the end of the show, which was the Fun Day show with Mike Becker and the other guy who I have no idea, they would give out this little coin. And it was a gold coin that was only given to the team that won. So it was something like the Proto Krakens, that was what was said. And on the first night on Friday, the Proto whatever they were won, and the second night the Krakens were supposed to win. So the first night I was with the Krakens, we didn't win, and the next night I was with the Krakens, we didn't win either. So I did not get this gold coin, and I was devastated. The big thing that I was upset about during these days were the fact that when I entered and we were sat at tables, because there was about 34 tables, give or take, on each side of the team. There's one to the top left, we at west, top right, east, and so forth in the back as well. And there was a huge runway. I think I may have explained this before when I was talking about how awful Fluffy was and shit like that. So when they would give out prizes and everything, if you weren't at the front of the runway where, everybody was doing their thing, like the games, or Mike Becker and the other dude doing their little back and forth, and all the celebrities, you weren't getting shit. It didn't matter how much you screamed, how much you shouted, they weren't going to come over to you. Now, I don't know if it was because Fluffy was unable to due to, his weight and circumstances, or it was just how it was played out. And it was shitty. See, the first night, I kind of got the gist of how everything was getting done. Like, if you won the first game, you weren't going to win anything else. So if you won the first game, you were getting a Harry Potter Hogwarts thing. If you won the second game, you were getting a Cyclops Freddy Funko. If you won the third game, you were getting the Mr. Freeze. And if you won the fourth game, you were getting the Batman. Now, Batman was the big one that everybody wanted. It was from Batman Beyond. Now, I don't remember the Batman Beyond Funko Pops when they first were dropped selling out immediately, but apparently everybody wanted this Freddy Funko as Batman, and it was probably the best one that was there, though it probably was not a bobblehead because it's a DC, and Cyclops was a Marvel one that bobbled the shit out of it, as we saw on my prior video. Mr. Freeze was kind of cool, but nobody wanted the Hogwarts guy because it wasn't even Harry Potter. It was a Hogwarts student. It was actually kind of funny. So it would just put a bitter taste in my mouth when the first night I got sat in the back, and the second night I knew that I wasn't getting any signed Funko Pops from any of the celebrities. The guy who played Ash from the Walking Dead, not the Walking Dead, Jesus Christ, the Walking Dead. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's Bruce Campbell from you know what thing, with the Deadites and the shit like that. I can't really remember. but I really wanted his autograph the first night, and I did not get it. It was a letdown. I wanted the Fluffy ones too, and you know, Fluffy was also giving out like these Freddy Funko Golden Johns with the Pirates. I didn't get one of them either. I was kind of pissed off about that too. Nobody in my group got it. None of the Gascast people got it. Even on the second night, not anyone got it, unless you went and you bought it from somebody else. Some other things about it was the food. I knew the first year the food was, or the second year, or whatever last year was with the sandwiches, was a piece of crap. This year was actually pretty good. It was buffet style. They had really good rice. They had meat. They had chicken. They had a salad. I didn't eat the salad. They had a lot of good candies and treats. I got sick of eating all these little gold coins. I think they were like the truffles or something like that. But I got sick of them, and then I just stuck to the crackle, or whatever the crack. It's like the chocolate and the peanut butter and pretzels. Oh, so good. I'm telling you, folks, I went ham for dinner. I didn't eat anything all day, so I was very, very hungry when they gave us the food at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I just ate that shit down. So when you walked in, you picked your line, and they gave you a box of fun, and as you know, they go to the proto line, and then they give you a token for a proto, and then they give you a token for a drink. And then you go to the wall, you get your prototype, you get all excited, you open a prototype. Of course, me, I got let down the first night. And the second night, of course, I got the better Funko Pop, which was the Star Wars one, which I sold. So, yeah, that was really it. And then you got a bunch of Funko Pops during the show. You got, I don't know, what was the ones that were the 3,400 counts? The Goldie Roger was a 3,400 count. You got another Freddy Funko, I think, who was like a swashbuckler, shit like that, which was kind of a 3,400 count. So each night I got a double of each, and then they were selling pretty good for the first couple weeks, and then once everybody came home, the prices for all these went to went to shit. But overall, I gotta say, for my first Funko Fundays, it was pretty good. I was really happy that I met a bunch of people from this GastroCast group, and they were really neat. And maybe I made friendships that now, you know, they're from New Jersey, some of these folks. So they're not too far, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. But at least I have friends in the collection of Funko Pops, which is something that I really wanted for such a long time. And now that I've got that opportunity, I can maybe have someone come over and look at my shit. Maybe they liked some of this stuff, because I don't know. I feel like I'm surrounded with Funko Pops and nobody's coming to see me. My friends from the Northeast don't come and see me to see my collection. You know, people from work aren't coming, and they don't really give a shit about my Funko collection. But now I'll have people to go to New York Comic Con with. Maybe I'll go to other conventions that are out there. Whoa! I might be taking more vacations and more trips than I can imagine. But overall, my experience at the Fundays, because I'm not going to talk about this anymore, I was disappointed in the celebrities and the gifts because I was too far away. And Mike Beck, you can eat a dick because, I don't know, I'm pissed off at you because I wrote a letter to you too, buddy. But yeah, overall, I guess I got to give this some bitch an up or a down. So I'm going to say the Fundays experience is going to get an up. That's right, it's getting up. The food is getting a up. That's right, the people are getting a up. And Mike Becker and the Funday crew, who screwed me over because I was in the back while I was screaming my lungs out, you are getting a big, fresh, juicy down. Sorry, bud. You're getting it down. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I promise you this is the last time we're going to talk about Fundays. We're moving on, baby, but we still got the Funko Pops to go over, so maybe that was kind of a lie. I will see you later, folks. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.